So if you look on this hello world class, just back to beginner, I can say. So there's a constructor and just we are printing something system.debug. If you are from Java background, then in Java we write like this system dot I guess out here, then print ln or print and
println.
both are fine. Yeah, print ln will print a new line or print will just give you on the without entering a new line at the end. Anyway, so if you write like this, and here I said, okay, we have system class, debug method, and just hello world again. Cool. Now I have one method that's called public, return type is string, say hello, it's taking argument string. Here I have also just taken one string lead ID, that's fine. And what we are doing, if name is Om Prakash, hard coded, not suggested generally, it is not a suggestion, but still for this quick basic demo, I have taken that. Okay, good. Name equal to Om Prakash, then create a lead record here and just description we are putting trainer as of now. And if name equal to OmSri, then I said, okay, description training, not a real business use case, but just general understanding. And after insertion of lead, we are assigning lead ID equal to obj.id. I know this code is not good practice, not following the good practices because we are repeating the code here, but that's fine. That's because we are learning test class here, not Apex class, right? Apex class has not happened earlier. So I have this class, this new method. This method has 3 different blocks, if, else, and I need to write a test class for this. Just for quick recap, why test class needed? Because in the test class, we are going to verify the positive and negative use cases, very similar to our functional testing, right? If you are going to test something, maybe I have to test my application. We think from the positive perspective, this is my expected outcome. And we also think from negative perspective, this is not expected. What will happen when someone will enter something? For example, what will happen if my Facebook username and someone is going to put the same username in the password, right? It might be possible, no? Someone is going to use the username in the username in the password, and Facebook is allowing the login. So this is some issue in application, major issue, I can say critical issue. So for that type of testing, we have the suggestion like before deploying these codes to the production, you need to make sure you have a test class written for that class, and test class is giving you 75% of code coverage. What is meaning of this 75% code coverage? I think last date we have also tried, but let's see again. You can see this class is private class hello world test. I have given a name hello world test just to understanding okay, hello world class here, and this is test class. How this class will become test class different than this normal Apex class? Just with this keyword. See, I remove the no run option. If I write each test, here run all option coming in VS Code. So at the rate means annotation each test. This is Apex class. I have some method private static void, method 1, method 2, method 3, and if I return each test, then this method become test method like this. I have option to run test, and in this test method, what I am doing, just I am calling the constructor of my class. Means I am going to initialize my class hello world equal to new hello world. Then string record ID, just I am passing say hello Om Prakash, means say hello Om Prakash here. Then if name is Om Prakash, this logic will be executed. Record ID will come, and then I am verifying. I'm going to verify record ID is not null. Okay, and if I remove all these from here, and just I will go and deploy this to my org. Let's see what is happening. I am going to repeat this because if I can forget last week क्या सिखाया था, तो ये आप भी भूल गए last week क्या सिखाया था, right? So I'm going to repeat quickly for you. And now I'm going to click run test. Any question till now? Anyone have of you have? Please ask. I will repeat because we are just a zero level context. See, it's telling my test class passed. Okay. Now I need to check the code coverage. Okay, because this test method outcome pass in the 382 millisecond. What code coverage this class has now? What we can do? I think last day, and even let's forget last day. Now we can click here. You can go to developer console. You can check the coverage from there. But here I am interested because today we have lots of test classes session, test class use cases. So why not? Let's check our coverage here only. What we can do? See, you need to click here. And before clicking here, let me give you one setting quickly. Go to code, or maybe you are on the window, then inside the file, there should be setting like this, preference, setting. Here you workspace setting. If you write test code, this setting will come. Salesforce DX retrieve test code coverage. Okay, you need to mark this true, and then click here and go to the test class. But message is coming, no code coverage was found. Here you can see the message nearby. No worry. What we can do, we can run our test class again. Let me go to this test class. Let me try running again. No worry, I know you're not understanding मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, but no worry. Very quickly you will understand. Let me show you first. Okay, now test run. See what I wanted to say. See, color, red color, green color. Now, how these color things are coming? See here. Yeah, this area. Highlight Apex code coverage. Uncheck. Yep, normal. Click here, and you know what is happening. See, in the test class, hello world test class, there is a method. That method is test method. In the test method, I am testing my class. Hello world, obj equal to new hello world. Means this constructor is getting called. And you can see, oh, good, this is green because constructor is getting called. Now, obj equal obj means instance of this class dot say hello Om Prakash. Say hello called line green. If name equal to Om Prakash, yes, because I passed Om Prakash, green. And you know, if else, either if will work or else if will work or else will work. So you can see this is covered and these are not covered, right? Well, now let's play. Let me check my logic. Om Sri here, right? Copy the Om Sri, go here, paste Om Sri as of now. Now let me deploy these new changes to org. Right click, deploy sources. You know already if you are regular in the session. Now deployed changes successfully. Run all test. Now I go to class. See, if name Om Prakash, no, no, it was not covered. Else if, yeah, covered. Now you are getting me what is meaning of coverage, what I want to say when I am telling coverage. And you can see hello world class is giving 67% coverage. What is meaning of this 67%? Means suppose there is 100 line here And if 67 line is getting covered from the test class, means my code is giving me 67% coverage. Now you know, okay, if I simply copy this, if I paste here, and if I write Om Prakash, what will happen? You can think, oh, coverage will increase, right? Yeah, let's deploy this. But before deployment, let me remove this because reinitialization is not possible, na? Otherwise, it will give you compile time error. Deploy this. I'm not teaching you anything, right? Just I am referring the previous things as of now. Now, deployment successful. Let's run all tests. You know, itna easy tha. Yeah. Hello world, 100%. Everything covered. I know else is not covered, but good thing is that else has only one line at that in system.debug. That's fine. But we should also cover this part. Means here you can go copy and maybe paste here and just pass blank. And let me try this. And let's see something magical here. Deploy this source to org. Run test and see. Run test. Something magical new for you. Run Apex test failed to run. My test class failed. My Apex class will not deploy to production. Why it failed? Let's understand. See why it failed. Lead trigger my test method if means my test method if system.assert exception my test method if line 15 column 1 means line 15 assertion failed. This assertion failed. What is the meaning of this? Let's go to say hello, and say hello is returning something. Let's visualize. It's telling line 15 failed. Means line 15 is not giving me expected value. What is the meaning of this? System.assert record ID not equal to null. But in real time, let's see, say hello blank. Name equal to Om Prakash? No. Om Sri? No. Else it will go here. And look, lead ID is blank here. It was not covered. It was not covered. Then it will go here. Lead ID is null. Means once I am calling say hello, then lead ID will come. I hope you're getting me. Once I will call this say hello with Om Prakash, lead ID will come. Om Sri, lead ID will come. When say hello blank, lead ID will not come now. Means here is my mistake. System will assert my expectations should be like this now. Record ID null. Means record ID is coming null. Means my logic is working perfect. Let me deploy. Now let me run this test class again. Run all tests. Now see, it will pass. See, a pass. What is happening here? This is record ID. My expectation from this say hello means this record ID returning here. Return. So I am holding here. And now record ID is null. You can write the same line like this. Assert dot is null record ID. Let me deploy this. Run this. See, pass. If I go to the code coverage Apex class, you can see 100% code coverage, right? Hello world, 100% code coverage. Okay, now I'm going to explain test class for little complex logic because this is very straightforward. Just call this, it will cover. But I hope as of now you have the understanding what is the meaning of this coverage, what is the meaning of the test class, why I am writing this annotation at the rate each test, why I am calling these the same method in 3 different way. Anyone have any question? Or I hope you are able to understand. Silence means either yes or maybe no. Can you text few of you? You are able to understand क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे, what we are doing here? Understood. Okay, good. Now, let me open a new Apex class. Okay, utility controller. Or leave this. Let me open some data handler, data demo. Very good. Remember, we have one class, data demo. Why not? Let's go and just create test class for this so we can have some face learning as well. Let me create a new class, Control Shift P, create Apex class, give a name data demo test, and just learn with me how we are going to create a fresh test class for some class. If you are a beginner, fresher, I think many of you, good thing is that start writing test class for existing classes and it will develop the logic. And generally in the offices as well, we keep assigning test classes to freshers so that they will understand, they will develop the more logical capabilities. So here, data demo test class. Okay, I don't need constructor. Let me remove. You can make it private. Test class can be private. I don't need this with sharing as of now. In the test class, we don't need it. Remove this. Very plain, simple class. This is my first class. Private class demo, data demo test. And I'm going to write the test class for this data demo class. Okay. Let me close this other files from here to avoid any confusion. This is my test class. But how system will know I am test class? Just go is test. Cool. You can see now option is coming on all test. Okay. Now let me create one method, private, static, and maybe void, no return type, my first test. Okay, cool. We know nothing new here, just a method. But I need to make this method as a test method. So I will write each test like this. Or there is another way, you can write test method identifier. See, run test is coming. But as of now, let's follow the same thing. Both are same. Either each test or use a keyword test method. You can see right like this coming. Some Google code, you will see sample code. It's written like this. Nothing wrong. Both are same. Either this or this. Okay, good. Now let me deploy this test class. Deploy this source to org. As of now, this test class data demo test, I am creating for this, but this test class has no idea I am test class of this class. Okay, don't be confused with the name that we have given here. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Data demo test. In this method, I will go and I will call that class data demo. Okay, obj maybe data equal to new data demo. And now I can say, yeah, this current like data demo test class is test class for this data demo class, because I am accessing this class here. Okay, let me deploy again. If you will run this and will check the test coverage, let's see. Let me close everything from here. Let me click run test. Okay, let's wait, no worry. Maybe it seems some, let me try again. Let me close this. Let me click run all test. Now see, data demo 0%. Why 0%? Because in this method, we are calling this class. See, why 0%? There is no constructor here. If there is a constructor, then I can say 2 or 3 line will be getting covered. But as of now, because this is checked, so you can see this class referred here. That's a good thing, but no coverage. Now let's start writing test class for each line. First line, I can see first thing here. If I call this create record method from here, then something will happen good for us, right? So let's see, obj data dot this. Okay, how user will use this class? Maybe there is some button. I will click on that button. That button will call this method. Same thing. Okay, I need to call this method. So I'm going to call this create record method. How to call this create record method? With help of the constructor here, because this method is, but good thing is that this method is static. You don't even needed this. You can call like this. You don't even needed this. Agree? Just class name dot create record. Static hai? Static. Now this create record is taking something, first name, last name, company, email, number of employee. Okay, let's pass. Here we need to pass some test value, maybe Prakash, comma, last name. Okay, first name, then okay, first name like this, Om, comma Prakash, last name, then company. Okay, company maybe Happy Crown, comma, email. Okay, maybe dummy email, om@demo.com, test data, right? Remember, if I give you a testing task, hey, test the login page, how it will work, then maybe you will test something. Okay, @gmail.com demo, some test data. Na? Same thing, we are creating test data. I mean, I'm calling this method, I am passing the test value here, Gmail. Then there is a number of employee, maybe let's put 20. Means I'm able to call this method, deploy this. Now let's run this. Very simple. First thing, very basic. And let's see when this will pass. It's pass, successful run, right? You can say message. Go here and see. See coverage. Wow, very easy. Data demo 26%. How it happens? Look, I call this method. This method was called from test class, create record. This line will all will covered. Now it's going to try if name dot equal demo. This section covered. This why not covered? No worry, because name for last name is not demo na, but still it's showing covered because there is no logic here. Okay, maybe there is some logic here. Then this is not, this will not getting covered. But as of now, leave this if false, if one, or maybe directly go here insert will happen. Now insert will happen, but DML exception is not happening, null pointer not happening, catch exception not happening. So these are in the green. Now you can visualize everything else is getting covered, and this is also getting covered. Now I need to cover this exception part also. Just assume here there is 5 lines of code. Then you will not get such percentage, 55%. You will not get. Maybe let me write here integer, just integer count equal to 10 and sum, just example, okay, integer sum equal to count plus count, okay, or maybe count into 2, or maybe integer result, okay, and maybe I'm printing here result is result. Okay, let me deploy this. Lead trigger, not lead trigger, I think. Anyway, let me clear this. Let me go to the my test class. Let me run this. Any confusion, please ask. I will explain in that way. Okay, I'm just going in projective use cases here. See, data demo now 24%. If I go here, now you can visualize these are in red. Means we need to cover these area as well, so that we can increase some code coverage. Okay, so what you can do, you need to think, okay, this is not getting covered because exception is not occurred. Means during testing, intentionally we need to check how to throw the exception. So go here, copy this code, paste here. Before that thing, remember your DML learning. When DML exception occurred, when record will failed, maybe if required field is missing, DML exception will occur, right? And you know, on the lead object, last name is required field, and if I will not pass the required field, then it will fail. Let me go here. Let's pass null, blank. Let me deploy this. Very basic, but this is foundation, right? Now run all test. And now see, data demo was giving us 24% coverage earlier. Now it's giving 31%. Why? See, green this time. What happened? This create record, this area was covered. Now this create record going, this will not happen, insertion will not happen, it will fail now. So exception will occur. And now you can check catch null pointer exception, catch exception, and here this exception was just added for explaining you if null pointer exception will occur. But in this code, I don't feel anywhere where we have chance for null pointer exception, right? So maybe this is extra logic. We can remove that. But as of now, let's hold that. Let's think what I have done. I have covered the same method in 2 different ways, so that projective use case, this is my expectation, it will be also getting covered. And another use case, what happened when someone will send the name blank in the real time on the website, what happened? The exception is occurred, right? And I can say this is also getting covered. This testing we are talking here. Now, suggestion is to make it simple, you can copy this method and here you can paste that maybe my first test and maybe my test exception, and here let's test the positive use case record is created, and let's remove first one exception part here. Let me deploy this. This will also give the same outcome as earlier and run all test. I hope you are able to understand what is happening here. And now you know, okay, simply if you call this update record, then update record will be covered. Now, very important thing here. How you will understand exactly this insertion was happened, record was created. It means, do you feel here when valid name is going, then here we should have record ID, means we should have lead record ID. So maybe, by the way, this class is returning void. Then if you write SQL query here and you will get the record from database, record should come because one insertion is happening. But no worry, when the scope of test class is over, when this test class runs successfully, all the record which was created during the testing was deleted automatically, roll back automatically. What is meaning of this? Means I am running this test method now. This time there will be a record in org created with this Om Prakash appground omdemo.com. And when this testing will finish, automatically this record, newly created record, will be rolled back. It is no longer available in the Salesforce database, so that you will not able to see that. But yes, record is getting created. So here, if I write SQL query and I get the record ID from the SQL query get account, then you can check system.assert, record ID will come. But we are learning test class. So here, just assume this method is giving you return type string. And here at the end, you are returning this lead ID. Return lead ID. Save it. And you can see lead ID means obj lead.id. Obj lead insertion happened. This obj lead. Let me deploy this. Now let me come back here. And you know, now create record is giving me a string. So you can put here a string. Okay. Lead ID equal to string lead ID equal to this, because create record is returning something, a string here. This string will come here. And now here you can check, put system dot, or you can write assert dot r not or is not null lead ID. Okay. And here, when I am passing create record, an exception is occurred. Why exception will occur? Because last name is blank. It will call create record. Create record will call last name is blank. So here is blank. This last name is going here. Then let's see. Last name dot equals demo. Yes, I remember. This is for perfect example of null pointer exception, right? Even this time, last name dot equals demo. If last name is okay, last name is blank. If this will null, then this area will covered. You can try that, but as of now, let me go back like this. And if it's blank, create record means not null. There is difference between null and blank. Okay, so sorry, my bad. I was assuming null, but no null. The last name equal to blank means okay, blank, and this will pass because last name is not null. Last name is blank. But during insertion, it will fail because last name is missing. You know, last name is missing. So when DML exception occurred, then this obj lead ID is nothing. This obj lead ID is just plain object, means this lead ID will obj lead.id is null. What I am telling, if I am passing valid data, then lead ID should not null. If I am passing data like this, last name is blank, then lead ID will not come. Let me deploy this. This lead ID, how it will come? Like this. Same. Deploy. This is compile time error. Run test. And I can say, okay, this is my expectation. See, now test failed. Why it failed? Let's see. Assertion failed. Line number 13. Line number 13. Okay. See, yes, because I am telling lead ID should not null. But in reality, what is your expectation? Lead ID should be null. See, because when create record will be called and last name is blank, then read your line by line code. Last name is blank means this is null. Then insertion will not happen. Then this lead ID dot ID obj dot ID is lead ID is null. So means I need to is null. Let me deploy. I was speaking is null that time, but I was typing is not null. You should interrupt me, okay? I can do wrong. I can type wrong. Okay. Anyway, now let me try. But what is session here? Now you will learn in a better way. If you will try this approach, you will stuck somewhere, you will try, you will type. That's why we always say, watch 1 hour recording. Maybe you are listening me 1 hour today. Your responsibility at least 3 hour coding, the same thing. Then you will learn, right? Now see, data demo 33% and expectation is fulfilled. Yes, this is my expectation. If someone will pass the blank last name, lead ID will not come. If someone will pass the valid name, last name, yes, lead ID will come. Assert dot is not null, not null. Assert dot is null. Yes, null. Now let's look coverage. See, these all areas are covered. If you want to cover this as well, now you know already. Hey, here was a cut. If last name dot equals demo means if someone is passing null, null dot equals demo, null pointer will covered. But I am not worried for this as of now. Let's focus for major thing. What you can do, if I call this update record, then these lines will be getting covered. Copy this update record from here and let's call this data demo dot update record. And what is lead ID company means, good thing is that we are already taking lead ID from first one. Pass this lead ID here, comma, maybe company, AP, Crown, PBT, LTD. Okay. And update record. Cool. Let me deploy this. Go for test. 43%. Wow, what happened? See, entire logic is covered, right? Now, let's do the same thing in second one. And this time, I'm going to make it null. My mind is telling, my thought is telling what will happen if someone will enter null value for company. Let me deploy this. Let me run this and see. Salesforce, if you are following the good test practices, Salesforce will never allow you to, deploy the risky code if you're following the really, really good test cases. See, failed. But this is different region, but still no. Let's see what failed. Host line number 58 means here line number 58. It's telling DML exception, first exception on row, missing argument, ID not specified in an update call. Look carefully. This, by the way, if I will write like this, then also error will come. I was trying to show you some different use case. And here your mind should think, okay, this is possibility, this is possibility. Because record ID is null. And I am calling update record with this null. Update will not happen. Means there is problem in my code. My test class is able to find out some problem here. What is problem? There should be exception handling now. And this is suggested earlier when I was teaching you. Always put try, then catch, exception, ex, like this. Okay, now maybe here system dot debug exception ex dot get message. Let me deploy this. What is error? Variable ex. Okay. Sorry. Exception. What wrong here? Try. Exception, right? My mistake. Except TION. Now good. Let me deploy this. Because EX was not understanding. Okay, exception, something I written wrong. Now, if I run this test class should pass. If I go here, yeah, it's getting covered, right? Now, you are able to check how exception handling was required that time. Okay, now, what is guarantee that update is happening or not? Means, if here, after updation, if I will write SOQL query lead, obj lead equal to select ID or select company from lead, where ID equal to, remember your first previous session, how to write SOQL query, ID equal to this lead ID, then I can say assert dot r equals obj lead dot company. But before that, I will say how I will be writing like this. Let me go to the Google and type assert class in Apex assert class. And here you will see R equals object expected, object actual, string message. So what I'm going to do here, see the example, assert dot R equal. Let me copy this and let me paste this. Why I'm doing like this? Because we don't remember everything, just we know what to do. So assert dot R equal expected actual. So suppose I am expecting this obj lead dot name and actual should be Prakash. But let's see what is happening in this update record. In this update record, company name is getting updated, right? Means in this update record, company name should be this, means like this, and company means if this update record will be successful, it means in my database for that particular lead ID, company name should be Applicant Private Limited, company name from database, and company name actual, which I was telling go and do this thing. And now let me remove this. Just verify this. Deploy. Run test. And it will only pass, this method will only pass if update record is really updating the record. Let's see. Yes, it was updating the record. It's passing. Now, just for the same example, let me copy the both line and let me paste here. Any guess now this test will pass or fail? Let's see. Let me deploy this. If I run this, this test method will fail. Let's see why. Give me a moment, please.